The GRE verbal reasoning is a standardized test of vocabulary and reading comprehension that you will take as part of the test, for applying to the targeted graduate and business school for admission, fellowship, or scholarship. Actually, the GRE is a test to evaluate your problem-solving skills, not a test of subject area knowledge, what you have learned during college studies. So, you need not have to know a lot of complicated grammatical or linguistic terminology to do well on the verbal reasoning, and you also won't have to know anything about literature, poetry, critical theory, or other language-related specialty areas. Anyone from any major should be able to do well on this section. That doesn't mean it is easy, though. The structure of the test can be painful to navigate, and the question types get pretty weird, especially the vocabulary ones. Here's an overview of what you'll be looking at. Your score on the verbal reasoning section is your aggregate score, for verbal reasoning sections that you take interspersed with math and writing sections. The GRE has 5 scored sections, 2 of which are verbal reasoning. The 2 verbal reasoning sections may come at any point during the test, except for the first section. The first section will always be writing. Each verbal reasoning section is 30 minutes long, and contains 20 questions. On top of the 2 scored verbal reasoning sections, you may also get a third, unscored section. Every GRE has 1 unscored section, which may be verbal or quantitative reasoning. You won't know until test day which one you'll get, but there's a 50-50 chance that it'll be verbal. This will come in one of 2 forms. Option 1, an unmarked extra section mixed in with the regular ones. In this case, instead of having 5 regular sections, your GRE will have 6, and they'll all look just like normal sections. One of those 6 will be unscored, but you won't know which one it is, so you'll have to try your best on all of them. Option 2, a marked unscored section at the end. In this case, you'll take the 5 regular sections and then get a specially marked survey section at the end. In the case of option 1, you're taking the extra section to try out questions for future GREs, or to help equate difficulty levels between tests. It's pretty lousy that you have to pay to be the GRE test writer's guinea pig, but there's not much you can do, and there's no way to tell which section is unscored, so just try your hardest on all of them. Now, let's talk about the different kinds of questions that you'll see on each one of those verbal reasoning sections. There are 3 different question types on the verbal reasoning: reading comprehension, text completion, and sentence equivalence. Roughly half the questions will be reading comprehension, and the other half will be a combination of text completion and sentence equivalence questions. Reading comprehension questions measure your ability to understand and analyze reading passages. You'll get all the reading passages right on the test, and they'll all be on topics anyone should be able to understand. No specialist knowledge is necessary. You'll be asked about information provided in the passage, and about how the author structures their argument. Text completion questions make you fill in 1 to 3 blanks in a group of sentences with words or phrases. You'll choose your answer for each blank independently, so there's no partial credit. You only get it right if you get every single blank correct. Sentence equivalence questions make you pick 2 possible words that could fill in the blank in a given sentence. You'll get 1 sentence with 1 blank, and 6 possible words. You'll have to choose the 2 words that could fill in the blank, so that the sentence means the same thing using either of the words selected. If you are confused yet, don't start worrying right away. GRE questions are hard to explain in the concrete way, but once you actually start practicing on sample questions, they become a lot more intuitive. Just take this as a preview and a sign that practice really does help, more than anything else.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and press bell icon, for quick intimation of new videos.